Okay, we've set up for the second procedure. We did the other side, and now we're going to do the left side. I put the two belts on, one to stabilize the thigh and one to stabilize the tibia. And so we're ready for the procedure.
Absolutely.
Ready to go? Okay.
It's like my favorite word today. Absolutely.
Lifting. How you doing?
Good.
I'm shaking a little bit because I am lifting quite a bit. I'm going to lower the table down just a little bit. I just had her turn on the table so that we can have a better view. Okay.
Have you ever tested your lift strength to see approximately how much pressure you're applying?
No.
It'd be interesting to do.
It's different. It's going to be different for everybody. So yours is right there, right? So I would say that's probably, I'm guessing around 100 pounds. Yeah. Maybe a little bit less, 90, 100 to 100 pounds. 44 kilograms. Okay, that was twice, so we'll do a couple more. We noticed a color change on the other side, so we'll see what happens to the color on this side after we've finished the procedure. Everybody will be a little bit different because some people have more flexible bones. Depends on age and size and density of bones. So now we're just waiting for that exchange of fluids, right? The edema is now exiting the bone and the pressure, the interstitial pressure is decreasing, and that allows for perfusion of blood into the tissue that was hypoxic. The hypoxia often is what causes the pain. So if we can get blood back in, get some oxygen back into the tissue via the blood, reduces the tissue hypoxia, and the tissue can heal, and the pain decreases. And it can be a permanent solution, or it might be a procedure that you need to repeat every 10 or 11 years. There we go. Again, so we're doing the tibia here, but you can do the long bones in the feet, you can do the forearms, the shoulder, etc., etc. It's not limited to the tibia, it's limited to wherever the edema is sitting in the tissue. Tendons, ligaments, bones, muscles, nerves. Make sure the strap is nice and tight. So again, end range loading for the tibia. That felt like a nice bend there. So what was the pain scale on that side?
Honestly, about the same
About 3?
for that position, yeah.
Okay. The first time I did it with you, back in 2011, it was right up there.
It was, yeah,
It was
a lot
right
more
up there.
intense.
Yeah.
So obviously the long-term effects, I mean, even if it's not as immediately noticeable after coming back, it's definitely not as intense as it was the first time.
Yeah, I remember the first time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was doing a lot of like breathe through
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And it was probably 7 or 8 or 9. I think you said 12 out of 10 actually. The first
Probably.
time. Yeah. Okay, so let's have you turn this way. Okay. So we've just turned it slightly so that now the foot is facing towards the wall more or less, and now we're getting, we're going to get a stretch. Okay, there.
Yeah. It just sort of felt like there was a weird fold of some sort under my knee. But
Okay.
we're good now.
Good.
This is the easiest position, but you have the bulk of the muscle under there to sink into.
Great. Okay, that's because your peroneals are on that side, so it's giving you that extra cushion. So we're doing convex side on the medial aspects and concave on the lateral aspect with this procedure. And again, you can get fluid diffusion on the concave side and on the convex side. Tends to be more on the convex side than on the concave side. we're publishing an article on this in Massage Therapy Canada in the winter edition of 2019. So this will be linked to that article about this procedure. And I'm getting my colleague, Dr. David D. Camillus, to help me with that. Yeah, it's getting hot in here from the lifting. It's a bit of work, but it's well
It's
worth
not a
it.
light technique. It's not
Okay,
like
so you're not feeling it
relaxation
that much on that side, right?
No.
So let's have you turn the other way. And we'll go this way. Once you've got it set up, you just have to turn the buckle to loosen it, and then to tighten it, you just hold the end and pull the strap tight again like this, till it's nice and tight. I have these straps made up here in Tawasin, but I ordered the buckles from. Are you okay?
Mhm.
From Alberta,
Okay.
Calgary, and I also get the strapping material from Calgary. You made a little face with that one. So how was that? Did that feel something
It's
in the ear?
yeah. It's just more tender underneath because
pressure.
it's right on the tibia.
Okay. Do I have this one? Oh, I didn't tighten up this one.
Didn't seem to make much difference on the.
Yeah, I don't think
The knee,
it's
but-
critical, but let's just be consistent.
Just take my toes in there.
Too busy talking. Okay. How's that?
And that one's tender.
Number?
Probably getting up to an 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just leave that a little bit less amount of time because the number is higher.
The left one is the one that I have the more sensitivity issues with.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Is it more? Do you feel like it's more nerve on that side, or is it
Well, I
type of
have
pain?
more tingling into the tops of like.
into the dorsum of the foot?
Yeah. Always on the left hand side is where it is more noticeable. Flip flops I will notice on both, but for socks and everything, it's always more intense on the left hand side.
Okay, so
So
we're
I'm
gonna
not
do
really surprised that this is a little bit more
More so.
tender.
after this procedure. If you want, I can do just another nerve procedure on the dorsum of the foot.
Sure.
A
Be
nerve,
comfortable.
a nerve stretch instead of a bone.
Interesting.
Same type of technique, but nerve instead of bone. Because nerves react the same way. The nerves, when they get traumatized, they produce what are called protoglycans, and it's a long chain protein molecule that absorbs water. Very hydrophilic or very water thirsty.
Right.
So long-term nerve pain or damage to a nerve, it tends to swell from the increased water content.
Right.
And so these protoglycans, the nerve produces about 40 times its normal amount of protoglycans, and each protoglycan absorbs about 50 times its own weight in water.
Oh my gosh.
So you get almost a 2,000 percentage increase of.
Edema around the nerve.
So if we can stretch out the nerve, get some of the edema to exit the nerve, then the pressure goes down the nerve and the nerve starts to heal.
Interesting.
Same procedure.
Does it matter what causes the nerve injury?
No, it doesn't. Chemical, mechanical.
So for
stress.
neuropathies and things with chemotherapy, then that would.
Quite
possibly.
possibly because the chemical component of nerve damage is one of the mechanisms that causes the edema.
Interesting. Because with my chemotherapy, I never had any neuropathies or anything like that. I was very blessed with that.
Oh, good.
But I have a lot of friends who have had major issues, and every single day they're dealing, and especially in the hands and feet, they're dealing with.
Oh yeah.
Nerve
It happens
problems.
with the chemotherapy.
Yeah.
That's another topic, but I could talk a lot about that. And we will after this video. It doesn't seem to matter with his bone, tendon, ligament nerve.
Mm-hmm.
If you can apply a procedure where you're basically stretching it or providing the end range loading technique to those tissues, you can cause an exchange of fluid and gases within those tissues. How's it decreasing down at all, or is it about the same?
Yeah, it's probably around a 6 now.
Yeah, I see
The last 2 pulls have been easier.
Looks like there's less expression now on your face about pain. And it's the same amount of force. I haven't changed the force at all. I won't have to go to the gym today after this because I'm going to get my workout. We'll do one more. And that was almost 10 seconds, that last one. We want to allow enough time for the exchange of the fluids with the bending.